Guys, it's William from ESL Jewellery here again on 2 Chatham Street. So today we're going to size a customer's ring, and I just want to quickly show you the process involved. So the first thing we'll do is look for the solder join in this ring. All these rings will have joins in them. The way we'll find it though is to heat it up, and then the old solder join will change colour and you'll be able to find where it was. The reason we do this is we don't want to cut it somewhere else where there's another join. So we find the join, cut it open, and then we have to make a new piece of metal to go in the gap that we will make. In this instance, the ring's going up. So we cut it and then we stretch the band, and then we'll have a gap where we need to put in a new piece of metal. So this customer was a size K. I'm going to take it up to a size L1/2. So I'll stretch it up just a bit beyond that. I then measure the gap and work out what size of piece of metal we need to put in it. So I'll cut that metal to size and then file it up so it sits in the gap absolutely perfectly. I've got to file it up so accurately that it fits in just right. There can be no air gaps because then your solder won't run, or you'll see the solder join later on. So here it takes a lot of time and practice to get this perfect, and we like to think here we've got this perfected. So we then use the solder which will run into the gaps. Again, we use the oxyacetylene torch that gets a very, very high temperature whereby the solder will run in and we get the perfect join. What we're looking for is when it's finished that we have no gaps, no air bubbles, or any signs of an opening. The solder should have run perfectly in the whole ring. So in this case, we've got exactly that. We then file it up so that you can't tell that there's been a piece put in it. So again, that's an art in itself. You need to know exactly which way to run your file and for how long, and then we're making sure we're taking no extra metal off your ring. We then do, after the filing, we emery it, which gives a cleaner, polished finish, and then we'll polish it after we've emeried it. The whole time just always checking over our work. Again, we check the stones, and if they need to be tightened, we tighten them again, so that all care is taken on your ring, you know. See, the last thing I'm doing here is to check that the stones are tight. The best way to do that, even for us in here or you at home, is to hold the ring at the bottom of the shank and tap the edge of it. And if there's a loose stone, you'll hear it rattling in place. And then, now you don't need to worry hugely if it's loose, because more often than not they can't come out even though they're loose, because the claws will hold them into place. But ideally they shouldn't be moving at all. So bring them in and we'll tighten that up for you. Anyway, we polish the ring after that. We steam clean it to make sure everything's good and there's absolutely no dirt on the ring. We double check it, and then job finished. Another happy customer. Okay, thanks very much. See you, bye.